Good afternoon from Lafayette, live from Loeb Stadium. I'm Mike Walensky along with Mike Rosick for the 2017 66th-year edition of the Colt World Series presented by MTC Sports. And Mike Rosick, we have two teams that kind of know each other. In Korea and Greensboro, they met each other last year here in Lafayette, the Colt World Series.
Yeah, both teams should be pretty familiar with each other. As you see them taking the field now, looks like could be a good matchup today. Maybe a little payback for Greensboro. Maybe another outstanding victory for Korea.
Well, Korea, Mike, last year lost to Lafayette in the quarterfinals 10-3, but to get to that quarterfinals, they knocked off Central Michigan 16-13, and then they also beat this same Greensboro, North Carolina team 13-6. In getting here, they knocked off a Korea B team 6-4. It was one of the closest games in the Asia Pacific Zone tournament. They are from Seoul, Korea. That's a long way to get here, over 6,000 plus miles.
That is a long way, and in between games as we were walking through the concourse past a lot of their fans, and they've actually got a pretty good turnout. They travel fairly well for being all the way across the seas.
And for Greensboro, they were dominant at the Colt East Zone Championships past weekend. They defeated three opponents by a score combined of 43-7, including an 11-1 victory over a really good Youngstown, Ohio team. They have not won a Colt League World Series, this Greensboro team, since 1963.
That's quite a long drought. I'm guessing that this year they're hoping to change their fortunes around and start off game two here with a victory over this team from Korea. And I know Korea didn't travel this far to come over here and just play a couple of games. They're looking to make a deep run in the tournament again this year.
This is the IU Health pregame show, and Mike, when both these teams, or for that matter, all the teams were told that they would have a chance to come here to vie for a Colt League World Series championship, they were told not to wear coats, not to wear hoodies, not to wear anything warm because it was going to be hot. Well, look at this. On the Tipmont REMC weather meter here, 61 degrees today. The wind's coming out of the west at 17 miles an hour, and the humidity is 70%. We've got cloudy skies, so the weather does have a factor here. It's a lot colder than they anticipated.
Definitely. The first two teams that played this morning, one from the west coast and one from deep down south, they both were able to endure the chilly temperatures. And then this Greensboro Greensboro team, they come from some warm weather, and then Korea, so we'll see how both teams adjust to the cooler temperatures today.
And we talked about pitching and defense in the first game, and throughout the whole Colt World Series, we'll focus on that because pitching and defense carries the day for these teams. If you can't pitch and you can't play defense, you can't move on and compete.
Exactly. As we saw in the first game, the errors kind of plagued the team from Lafayette, or from Louisiana, and they gave up a lot of unearned runs today, and the pitching for the California team was outstanding. So today we need to see out of these two teams who has the dominant pitchers and who has the gloves behind them to help back them up.
Well, when you think about baseball in Asia, you think about Japan initially because of their success so early on in youth baseball at the Little League World Series. But Korea has also developed strong baseball. They've sent a couple guys over and have been able to perform well at the major league level. I know way back in the 1970s and 1980s, the Los Angeles Dodgers made a concerted effort to put people into South Korea to try to recruit and prospect for baseball players out there. Now there's a wealth of talent coming out of Korea, and this Seoul group, I think they're ready to kind of perform. But Greensboro is a challenge because they're a team that can put points on the board. They can score runs. Definitely.
And for Korea today, they've got to look to play great defense. They've got to hold Greensboro to a limited amount of runs. You look at the team from Korea, and they're going to be one that you expect them to play a lot more defense and to not have to put up a whole lot of runs.
Well, let's take a look at the Greensboro batting lineup for this team out of North Carolina. Jacob Edwards, by the way, he's a pitcher. He'll lead off, followed by Isaiah Rem, then C.J. Neese, Isaiah Harrison will bat in that cleanup spot. Grayson Chaney, Clay Dilday, Derek Martinez, Gus Hughes, and Cade Darnell. North Carolina's batting lineup from top to bottom there. Jacob Edwards will be key pitching in this ball game, and he'll be facing number 36, the pitcher, Yo Sang-an. And here, let's take a look at the defense for Yo Sang-an, the pitcher. You got Quan in left field, Lee in center, Kim in right field, Na at third base, the shortstop Kim, John at second base, Hyo at first base, Shim is the catcher, and the pitcher Yo Sang-an. And Yo Sang-an, number 36, is a right-hander. There you take a look at him. He will be very key, Yo Sang-an, number 36 for South Korea in this ball game today.
Definitely, and another key factor will be the catcher being able to keep Greensboro off the base paths, limit their steal attempts, and also manage his pitcher up on the mound. Make sure there's no pass balls. Stay in front of everything. Very important role back there.
Well, I think in this baseball game, it appeared that both ball clubs got a lot of throwing in terms of taking the infield and some of the side throwing. You see the pitcher there, number 36, Yo Sang-an, he's still throwing the baseball. He's tossing it with the third baseman, but I think now he's ready as you take a look at him on the hill. But I tell you what, he's still going to throw that baseball over to third base before they get the nod to come to the plate. There's still a little a bit of some activities going on before the first pitch is thrown out here. But to have Korea come here and compete from the Asia Pacific rim is really sensational to have a team from more than 6,000 miles come here to Lafayette.
Definitely. And as you see him continue to throw with the cooler temperatures, you definitely want your pitcher's arm to be nice and loose. You don't want him coming out here with any kind of tightness early in the game and risking any kind of injury.
Now Yo Sang-an is starting to take some more warm-up tosses with this catcher behind the plate here this afternoon. Jae Young Shim, the catcher, number 27. As you mentioned, catching really a critical component here. Now, what's interesting is the wind at 15, 16, 17 miles an hour has played a factor. We have seen the wind blowing in, and most of the outfielders has played very shallow, and we can see starting off in terms of warm-ups for Korea, they're playing pretty shallow as well.
Yeah, and the way that wind is kind of whipping through here, looks like it's going from right to left field. And as we saw in the first game, the left fielders had a little more of a challenge over in that corner because of the wind of how it blew the ball around.
I think with these youngsters, it's a tremendous training ground here and prospecting specifically for both collegiate and professional baseball. We mentioned here some of the players who have played in the Colt World Series. We mentioned Tom Brunansky from the Minnesota Twins in '76 coming out of West Covina, California. In 1978, Jose Oquendo from Puerto Rico played here. In 1967, John Stearns, a former New York Mets catcher from Denver, Colorado, played here. And I remember John Stearns was the AAA manager in the Mets organization years ago for Norfolk. So many outstanding players have come through the ability to play here, the Colt World Series, and then turn it on and get that professional baseball career. One guy we didn't mention, in 1962, how about this, Bobby Bonds out of Riverside, California. You've got a list here too as well.
Yeah, and one of the current present-day major leaguers plays for Miami, Christian Yelich. He played in the Pony World Series before coming to the Colt World Series.
So much potential here for these young men and the opportunity to play baseball at this time of the year. You know, for this team out of Seoul, quite a distance playing here in Lafayette. And this stadium, we've talked about this. Loeb Stadium built at a cost of just $50,000 with a donation from Bert and June Loeb in memory of Bert's father, Solomon. Loeb Stadium was the home of the original Lafayette Red Sox Class D team in the early 1940s. And the Lafayette Jeff Broncos are home here to this ball club and the Lafayette Aviators. A renovation effort started in '86, spearheaded by the late Harry Bradway, had over $350,000 of donations, and there have been many renovations since then over the years at this ballpark, all part of this Columbian Park Center. Originally called the Columbian Park Recreation Center, this ballpark officially named Loeb Stadium back in 1971, so the history is here, and trying to set history now as a pitcher, Yo Sang-an now. And boy, has he thrown a lot of warm-up pitches, Mike.
Yes, he is. They're allowing him to get definitely loose. Check out that mound. Make sure that he is comfortable up there.
You talk about this field, it's impeccable. It absolutely is. And down the lines, 320 down the lines left and right. But the power alleys are deep. 368 in left center, 355 in right center, and it's 407 to dead center. So if you're going to stick the ball outside of this ballpark in center, left, or right in the power alleys, you got to be strong to really carry those fences here.
Definitely, especially a cool, kind of damp day like today. You would definitely need a lot of power to carry it out of here. The air is not going to help you any unless that wind really starts gusting out and you get one up there to be able to pull to left field.
Well, Pony Baseball was founded in 1951 by Lou Hayes. He was a sports editor of then the Reporter newspaper and members of the Washington, Pennsylvania community. If you don't know where Washington, Pennsylvania is, it's just outside of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So Jacob Edwards batting from the left side for Greensboro. The designated visitors team in this ball game will lead off against Yo Sang-an, the pitcher for Korea. Now time is called. There was a baseball that got away behind home plate. Home plate umpire picking it up and tossing it out of the way. And there you take a look at Jacob Edwards, being patient, waiting for his first time up to start off this ball game here in the second game of the 2017 Colt League World Series. Here we go. Line foul and out of play, strike one. Jacob Edwards powering it off down the left field side. Yo Sang-an, number 36, the outfield playing slightly around to the left, so they're thinking either they're going to pitch him outside or he's going to swing late. Center fielder shading into left center field, actually. Here's the pitch.
That would look like it missed a little low for a ball there. See Jacob Edwards getting loose. See what he can do for this North Carolina team. See if they can get a runner on base early and get things started.
Jong Min Lee, the center fielder, playing well out in the left center field. He's pulled around. Here's a pitch. High and away. 2-1. Infield playing back. Leadoff hitter in the ball game, Jacob Edwards. He'll be followed by Isaiah Rem, the third baseman, and C.J. Neese. That's a base hit lined in the middle. And Edwards starts it off, drilling that one right back up the box.
Nice hit there by Edwards. And that one went right back up the middle. As you take a look here, this one will come right at you as you sit here and watch it at home. He rips that right back up the middle. Nice base hit.
Yo Sang-an from the stretch. Good pitch on the inside half, 0-1. Rem, the third baseman. Isaiah wearing number 6, bats from the left side. 2 consecutive left-handed hitters for Greensboro. Last year, these two teams met here in the Colt World Series. Korea won 13-6. Edwards being held on over at first base. Chin Min Ho is the first baseman for Korea, the left-hander.
Keeping them close over there at first. As you see, Edwards takes a decent lead over there.
On's pitch.
And
runner goes. He gets himself a stolen base. Nice speed by Jacob Edwards, Mike.
Good job there. Great jump on that pitch. He anticipated it. Got a great jump and was able to steal the base. The throw was a little offline up towards the second base side of the bag. Take a look here. You see that ball just up, and good job sliding in behind the tag.
Rim looks to bunt. Away. Shim, the catcher, though, has a pretty strong arm.
Yeah, it looks like he does have a good arm. He may not have been able to find the seams quick enough on that because it looked like it did have quite a bit of tail to it.
Again, that center fielder, Youngmin Lee, played well into left center field for this left-handed hitter. Fouls it off. Greensboro got here with an 11-1 victory over Youngstown, Ohio. Swung and missed, and he got him swinging. There's one gone.
Nice pitch there to get him to chase. Not a great pitch to swing at, but a good job by On to get him to chase that pitch. As you see here, that ball just kept tailing away and sends him down on strikes.
Good pitch by Hahn. Now here's Neese. C.J. Neese, the shortstop, stepping in. Yoseng An looks for the sign from Shim. Here's the pitch. And that hits the corner, strike one. Speaking of Youngstown, former Ohio State football coach Jim Tressel is now the president of Youngstown State University. Very few college football players make that transition to college president, but Jim Tressel is in that position. Breaking ball, low and away. Count evens up at 1-1. And again, the center fielder shading the hitter this time to pull slightly in left center. Outfielders in right field and left field straight away. Line shot.
That's down for a hit. Looks like he's going to bring in a run.
It'll be 1-0. An RBI. The runner cutting down to second. Nobody covering. And Greensboro on the board. C.J. Neese with an RBI single to left field, and C.J. Neese advances to second base.
The first baseman, number 17.
Nice hit here as that ball just drops in front of the left fielder. As the throw comes in, Neese realizes that the second baseman had to retreat to back that ball up, so nobody was covering. He's able to advance to second. Good job of driving in the first run of the game.
Here's Isaiah Hairston, the first baseman, the runner at second. And the stretch and the pitch. There's a beauty. Strike called by On. Boy, that left fielder came charging from right to left. Song up Yuna, but he could not come up with that ball. And Jacob Edwards scores the first run of the ball game off the RBI from C.J. Neese, who stands at second base. Hairston, the cleanup hitter, and again, they play him around to swing late. That center fielder well into left center field. There's a line drive. Center fielder has room. He makes the catch, and a nice play there by Youngmin Lee, the center fielder. And what I like about him, he wears number 99.
Yeah, unusual to see somebody wearing that number. But if he's anything like his major league counterpart that wears that number, you might look for some power out of the bat. Yankees' young right fielder Aaron Judge, who's taking the MLB scene by storm this year.
Here comes a Judge. Grayson Chaney, the center fielder. Wow, boy, he has taken him by storm. What a story, youngster. Well over 30 home runs, heading towards 40. Aaron Judge out of the New York Yankees organization. There's a line drive. Grass really cuts it short. Second baseman has one play. Wow, he gets his man. That retires a side and nearly threw it away. But Greensboro on top with one run here in the top of the first. Greensboro on top, Korea coming to bat. This is the 2017 Colt World Series on MTC Sports.
Wouldn't it be sweet to happily live a life that's filled with glee and sing about how joyful it can be? I'd like to hear that.
Live life to its fullest every day with the highest level of primary care from Indiana University Health.
When you have your health, you have
Indiana University Health. Schedule same-day primary care appointments at 1-888-IU-HEALTH.
Taking a good look at that Korea dugout. They trail 1-0 this ball game as Greensboro, North Carolina, got up on top. Here's the South Korea batting lineup. There's Ho, Byul, Woo, 1, 2, 3. Shim Jae-young, Min, Yup, Woo, Min, and Ryeon. Quinn O. Ryeon, number 8, will bat the 9th slot. And Taeho Kim, the shortstop, will be the leadoff hitter. And Kim will bring a left-handed presence. Speaking of left-handed, there's the left-handed starting pitcher, Jacob Edwards, number 4. And playing behind him, you've got Hughes in left, Cheney in center, Martinez in right, Rem, Neese, Dilday, Hairston, the infield from third to first. Darnell will be behind the plate. Cade Darnell, he's wearing jersey number 3, and he'll be catching for the pitcher, number 4, Jacob Edwards. And Mike, this will be really critical for him to get on top because pitching is the key here.
Definitely is. As you saw, Greensboro able to jump up with a couple base runners early. Now we'll see how Korea does facing Edwards here. Lefty looks like he's got some decent velocity here. Let's see if he's got any kind of stuff to go with it.
And he'll be facing off with Taeho Kim leading off the shortstop. Kim bats from the left side, so it's lefty versus lefty. Edwards looks in for the sign. The outfield straightaway, and again shallow, look to bunt. And when he looked to bunt, the third baseman Rem rolled up on the grass. Now he's playing even with the bag over at third. Edwards kind of works from the stretch. There's a breaking ball in the inside half. 1-1. Taeho Kim will be followed by Han Byul Kim. Korea's right fielder. There's a bouncing ball. Nice play by Edwards, but he couldn't handle it. Throws, and he couldn't get him.
Wow, Edwards made a nice play there by springing off the mound, getting a glove on that. Couldn't make the squeeze. As you see here, he gets it in his glove, and then it flips right out. And then the hard throw, first baseman couldn't make the squeeze over there. Good hustle by Kim to get to the first.
Here's Han Byul Kim, the right fielder, runner being held at first. Here's the pitch by Edwards. It's low and outside, a ball. Isaiah Hairston's the first baseman for Greensboro. He's a left-hander holding the runner Taeho Kim on. Taeho Kim getting a short lead at first base. There he goes. They have him picked. A high throw, and they didn't get him. Oh, my goodness, they could not execute.
That's a killer there. Edwards with a great move to first base, and there, Kim was hung out to dry right there. Then the first baseman makes a high throw back over to second, and he's able to slide into second easily.
Han Byul Kim has a chance at not getting a run. He swings and misses. And I believe the ball was fouled, so the runner has to return back to second base. Yep. Taeho Kim, who had taken a charge towards third. Taking a look at him, number 6, heading back to second. Taeho Kim, number 6. Starting this bottom half strong, representing the tying run at second base. Edwards from the belt. This one line foul down the right field side. Han Byul Kim driving it down. This ball club knocked off another Korean team 6-4 to come to this World Series championship. They earned the right to come here. They had to battle their way through it. There's a nice breaking ball. He just missed. 2-2.
You see Edwards there asking the umpire where he missed on X. He thought he located that one really well.
That one fouled behind home plate by Han Byul Kim, the right fielder. He'll be followed by Ji Woo No, the designated hitter. Outfield shallow, slightly around to the right. Here's a let up outside. Try to change speed on this youngster. 3-2. Big hole on the right side. Tried to go there and he fouled it off. Second baseman Clay Dilday trying to shade over. Possibly to keep the runner Kim close to the bag at second. Now looking maybe for a pickoff play. They're going to leave him alone. Here's the pitch. Struck him out. Looked like he fooled him.
Nice pitch there by Edwards to get that strikeout. Important out right there. You've got a runner in scoring position. You definitely don't want anything going opposite field. Good pitch and just could not catch up to it.
Now Ji Woo No, the designated hitter, batting from the left side. Edwards looking in for the sign and the pitch. Just missed on the inside half. It's good to see Edwards using the inside portion of the plate, and that's where a lot of times you win the battle. As Ji Woo No setting up from the left side. He fouled this one back.
Edwards looks to be pretty consistent starting out here, being right around the strike zone, making the Korea players put a bat on it.
This one hits no on the right inside hip, I believe, and he'll take first base. This one got away. And so runners will be at first and second with one out. And that'll bring up the catcher, Jae Young Shim. Shim is a really good-looking catcher.
Yes, he is. He looked very solid back there in the first inning. See if he handles the bat as well as he does the glove.
And he's a right-handed hitter, batting in the cleanup spot today for Korea. Outfield again playing shallow straight away for Shim. Here's the pitch. The runners are going, and he fouls this one down the right field side. And you know what? They had a run and hit going on. You don't see that too often. Pretty aggressive running by Korea.
Definitely, and I kind of expect that to see them be a little more aggressive on the base paths this game. Maybe get something going, knowing that this Greensboro team does put up a lot of runs. They feel that they may need to produce some of their own runs by getting guys moving early on the base paths.
Edwards trying to find the outside corner. 2-1. Misses 3-1. Unlike the left-handed hitters, Edwards is working the outside part of the plate. The left-handed hitters seemed like he was coming inside most of the time. Works from the stretch. That time he came inside and he threw a strike. Full count on the way to Shim. Runner's going. Swings and misses, strike three. And we got two stolen bases there.
Good job by the runners to take advantage of that. As you see, they went first movement, and there was no shot at getting anybody. Third baseman didn't react quick enough to be there to cover.
So Taeho Kim at third, and Ji Woo No at second, and now Chen Min Ho is the batter, number 17. And he's also a lefty. Takes first strike. Trying to tie the ball game, down 1-0 early on in this contest. Just the bottom of the first here from Loeb Stadium in Lafayette, Indiana. Beautiful setting for baseball. There's a breaking ball, pop foul out of play. Count is 1-1 with two outs here. This the home of the Lafayette Jeff Broncos. Jin Min Ho. He's the first baseman, and he's out, and that retires a side. So good job of holding on here by Edwards, the pitcher for Greensboro, as Greensboro holds on to a 1-0 lead. It's the North Carolina Ball Club on top here at Loeb Stadium.
Power. We all want it. We all need it. It not only lights our homes, but it drives our businesses. It strengthens our communities. It empowers us to make our own decisions. Today, we're giving power to more than 22,000 members. We're a homegrown, locally based cooperative that does something the big electric companies won't: give safe, affordable, and reliable power to rural communities. We're Tipmont REMC, and our members have the power.
Back at Loeb Stadium here in Lafayette, and these folks out of Greensboro, as you take a look at the dugout here for the Greensboro Ball Club, they've got to be feeling really good about themselves as one of the players using the stretchers there to get them stretched out and ready to go. So one of the Korean kids takes a look at the action. Korea trails in this ball game early on 1-0 as pitcher Jacob Edwards, Mike, led off with a single to lead the ball game, and you got to be aggressive against good pitching.
Definitely, and you've got to take advantage of any opportunity that they present to you. Getting runners on early is important, and being able to do something with runners on. And obviously, this North Carolina team knows how to put up runs, and now we'll see if they're able to convert that into some more runs in this Colt World Series.
They've got a lot of work ahead of them as you take a look at Yo Sang-on, the pitcher, getting ready. As Clay Dilday, number 1, steps into the batter's box. Dilday, the second baseman, bats from the right side. On looks in for the sign from Shim, the catcher. Shim working on the outside corner of the plate, it looks like. And exactly where he asked for, he got it. 0-1. No balls and 1 strike. He looks in for the sign. He's ready to go. Dilday bounces towards third, makes the play, and there's 1 out. Clay Dilday bounces out to the third baseman. That's Sung Yup Na.
Good job there by Na. Little bouncing ball to third. He was able to get it before the next hop and then make a nice strong throw over to first to get the first out of the inning.
Here's hitter number 7, Derek Martinez, the right fielder. He bats from the left side. Now, the good thing about Greensboro, from their perspective, when you've got a right-handed pitcher on the hill, they got plenty of left-handed hitting.
They do. Both teams seem to be loaded with lefties this game. And, of course, when you're facing a righty, that's where you want to be. You would much rather be on the left-hand side, be able to see the ball a little bit longer, let it travel to you before you have to make a decision on it.
On looks in for the sign from Shim. Here's the pitch to Martinez. He took just a little bit of off that, and Martinez waved by it.
Yeah, it looked like he was out in front of that a little bit and got over the top of it. You see Martinez, he's way up on the plate there. That inside line is basically gone, and he's standing as close as he can.
Pops 1 foul. Looks like Martinez is having a little bit of a challenge catching up with the velocity here from On.
On's doing a good job of changing speeds. That had Martinez kind of guessing and swinging late at that pitch.
Outfield playing well around to the left, looking to him to swing late. And that's what he does. He does swing late, and he keeps alive. That center fielder, I tell you, he's well in the left center field. Jong Min Lee, number 99. I mean, he's set up like he's a left fielder.
Yeah, if anybody could turn on one and put it into the right center field gap there, they could run for quite a few days because there's not anybody close to it.
Full count from On. Nice look at the center fielder. Look at how far he is in left center, almost playing behind the shortstop, literally. Just don't see that very often. But they know where they're trying to locate the pitches, and they have a little bit of understanding about the kind of hitting that they're facing here.
Yeah, and the biggest thing is being on the same page with the person calling the pitches. That way, you know, if he's calling an outside pitch, you're safe to be set up there.
Speaking of outside, he just missed, and it's ball 4. Great job of hitting by Derek Martinez, and he really forced On to throw some extra pitches there.
The left fielder, number 13, Gus Hughes.
As a hitter in that situation, you almost have to be looking at that outside corner, knowing that the outfield is set up the way they were, and every pitch you were seeing was outside.
Now Gus Hughes, the left fielder, his first time up, batting in the ace slot for the Greensboro Ball Club. Runner being held on at first. So far, not much of a lead by Derek Martinez. There's a breaking ball, and Shim did a really nice job of framing that pitch and pulling it in.
Yeah, I've noticed that he does a really nice job of framing pitches. I saw one last inning that looked like it may have been borderline outside, but he pulled it right back across and sold it as a strike, and the umpire bought it.
That pitch high and inside. Shim, the catcher, for whatever reason, Mike, stood up there. Rather than get down in his crouch, I think he wanted to pitch up for whatever reason.
Yeah, I think so. I think they wanted to see if they could get him to chase early in the count. And there you go. You see him go back out low and away there and get him to chase, and there's the second out of the inning.
So On strikes out Hughes, brings out the bottom of the order, the catcher, Cade Darnell. Darnell steps in the batter's box. Kind of surprised how quickly he stepped in there. Thought he maybe take some time. But he's ready to go. Here's On's pitch. Strike called. Martinez takes the lead. Good job by the catcher once again, doing a good job blocking that. Jae-Young Shim.
Shim doing a great job back there, keeping that ball in front of him, not allowing the Greensboro runner to advance. Martinez took a look, but he knew he wasn't going anywhere.
The stretch by On, and the pitch. Nice job of throwing that one, and he swings and misses. He had them all tied up. 1-2. 1-2 and 2 outs. Derek Martinez on at first. He reached base on a walk. Being held on. Shortstop has a fielder's choice at second to retire the side. So, in the inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, one runner left. Good job by Korea holding Caroline in check here in the Colt World Series on MTC Sports.
Pepe's Mexican Restaurant is excited to announce new menu items to an already stacked lineup of authentic Mexican dishes. Everything from tossed greens with fruit to a Pepe-style chicken pizza. For you seafood lovers, try the shrimp tacos. For my personal favorite is the barbacoa taco dinner. Whether it's a new menu item or one of our signature selections, be sure to wash it down with a tasty beverage. Whatever your flavor, make Pepe's your stop for lunch or dinner. Located on Sagamore Parkway in the mall parking lot, Lafayette.
Back at Loeb Stadium, you see the effect the wind is having as you take a look at all these flags, Mike, and it continues to blow out here in the ballpark, and it's going to make a difference.
It is. Well, that is once guys start actually making some solid contact. Both pitchers doing a good job of containing these hitters. No balls have really left the infield, and both pitchers are doing a good job of commanding the strike zone. But if we do get some hitters to make solid contact, we might see the effects of this wind.
Jacob Edwards, the southpaw on the hill for Greensboro. He'll start off here in the second with Song Yup Na, the third baseman. Na, number 7 for Korea.
Leading off the inning for Korea, the third baseman, number 7, Soo-Hyun Na.
Now we'll start off in the second, batting from the left side. So lefty versus lefty. And he slices one, and this one is fair. Nah takes the turnaround first. He's heading for second. The ball in the corner has come up, and he's got a stand-up double. So Nah starts off the second with a double. He represents the tying run.
Good job there of driving that ball down the left field line. As you see there with that inside-out swing, drives it down the line, way down in the corner, and easily in with the stand-up double.
Gus Hughes, the left fielder, had a long run to get to that baseball that was spinning away from him. And now the second baseman, Jinwoo Jian, steps in, looking to bunt. There's a throw down to second base. They may have the runner caught, and he is out. Great play by the catcher from Greensboro, Cade Darnell. Smart heads-up play.
Good job there as Nah had gotten way too far off second base, so he snap throws it back to second, and he was caught in no man's land, so they threw him out at third.
Now there's nobody on, and John looks to bunt the ball. What a play by the catcher. Heads up play by Cade Darnell to get things going for Greensboro. Here's the stretch and the pitch. He looked to bunt, a strike called on the outside corner, and that gives a lot of momentum for Jacob Edwards, and probably a good feel if you're the pitcher to get kind of a play like that.
Definitely, especially after giving up a leadoff double, and then knowing that your catcher's able to help you out there and get that first out to retire that guy. Now that double just becomes insufficient.
2-2 count on the second baseman, Jinwoo Jian. He'll be followed by Jongmin Lee, the center fielder, in the Korea half of the second.
See Darnell look over to the bench and give a thumbs up as he took a foul ball right off the mask that time. Good to see that he's all right.
And the pitch, just a breaking ball in the inside corner. He caught him looking. And Jinwoo Jian, he thought he had ball 4.
Definitely didn't like that call by the umpires. You see him look back in kind of disbelief. You see there, good job of framing that pitch by Darnell, because that probably was a little low inside, but Darnell does a good job of pulling it back up into the zone and getting the called third strike.
Now Jongmin Lee, the center fielder, 99, with 2 outs here in the second against Greensboro. Here's the pitch by Edwards. Off the plate. UNC Greensboro in that area, and of course Elon College. And Elon, by the way, Mike, has done a pretty good job recruiting some basketball players from Indiana.
Oh, they definitely have.
Breaking ball in the outside corner. Here's the pitch. This one away. Speaking of Elon, one of their former players was Zionsville, one of Zionsville's players, whose father, Phil Eisenbarger, played at Indiana University. His son, the Eisenbarger young man, played guard for the Elon Ball Club. Elon's head football coach, formerly Rich Skrosky, the former offensive coordinator from a couple years ago at Ball State. Here's the pitch, low and away, ball 4. So Jongmin Lee takes off to first base. No harm there because you got 2 outs and first base was open to begin with. Maybe he just didn't want any part of him.
Yeah, it looked like Edwards was a little frustrated with himself after that pitch. Didn't look like he hit his release point where he wanted to.
Orion Kwan, the left fielder, number 8. And there was an extra player out down the first base line. I'm not quite sure what he was doing, talking to the first base coach, but the umpires have sent him back to the dugout. Here's a throw over to first base, and perhaps he was looking to give him something to the give something to the runner, maybe a protected vice or something like that. It looked like.
Yeah, not sure. He ran out there with his glove. He may have seen something that he wanted to tell the coach about.
Bouncing ball, tough play by the pitcher, and he throws on. Wow. Edwards almost bobbled that ball as he took his eye off of her for a second. And let's look at that one.
Good job of maintaining focus there and being able to make that throw to first.
I'm on top of the world, now I'm living, and the good just gets better, keeps on giving. Not even close to the end, it's just beginning. Life is getting lighter while the days are getting brighter, yeah.
Back at Loeb Stadium, we want to thank our friends at McAllister's Cat Rentals for the lift that is bringing you these wonderful aerial shots on today's broadcast. If you're looking to move dirt, move materials, or get 80 foot in the air, McAllister's has all the equipment to get the job done right. Visit them online at McAllistersRental.com. That's McAllister's. As we move here in this ball game, Mike Rossick and Greensboro has a 1-0 lead going into this inning. And I tell you, Jacob Edwards, the pitcher, will lead off and top of the third, and they've been rolling along.
Yeah, they've done a good job defensively keeping Korea off the scoreboard. Now they've got to put together a good offensive inning here to get some more runs.
And we've got a new pitcher in the ball game for Korea. Korea has sent in a new pitcher in the lineup. It's number 21, Gon-hee Cho. Cho is the new pitcher for South Korea. Gon-hee Cho, number 21, as number 36 on has started this ball game. And he'll be facing Jacob Edwards to start off the ball game. Cho actually start off the third inning. Greensboro on top, 1-0. Here's the pitch. Right on the inside half. Good job by Cho.
Edwards led off the game with a single and then eventually scored the first run. See what he can do now.
Good look at Gon-hee Cho, number 21. Looks like he has a little bit of delay in that motion. Edwards settling in from the left side. Here's the pitch to him. That's drilled foul, way out of play. Take a look at all those trees down there on the left field side, and boy, the wind is really kicking up.
Yes, it definitely is. They said at the start of the game, 17 mile an hour. I'm guessing it's there, maybe a little bit more.
It feels like fall in August here in Lafayette. Temperature this morning with the first game started at 60 degrees. This game wasn't too much more than that. First game won by California, 9-3. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, pop foul. Good job by Edwards to stay alive there. And again, the center fielder, Jung Min Lee, playing well into left center field. Just something you just don't see very often. He got him. He got him on a breaking ball in the inside half. One gone.
Nice pitch there as that had some late movement, broke back across the inside corner. And a great job by framing that pitch.
Yes.
To bring that up into the strike zone.
We talked about the effective play from the catcher. He did a great job there. Jae-young Shim, number 27, as Rem steps into the batter's box, struck out swinging his first time up. Nothing out of one.
I tell you what, we talked in the pregame about the pitchers being the key to this game. So far, it looks like the catchers have been the key to this game.
Nice pitch by Cho. Fastball right down the middle.
If you've got catchers as quality as the two we're seeing in this game that can help get an extra strike here or there for your pitcher, that is huge in a game like this.
There's a foul ball. And speaking of catchers, the ball bounced off of Shim's face guard. I think he's okay, shaking it off there.
Oh, yeah, that one looks like that might have got him in the midsection there.
Here's a pitch on the inside half. He went around, strike 3, 2 gone. Cho's been pretty crafty so far with these first 2 hitters. Now he'll face C.J. Neese, who singled his first time up, drove in the lead run in the ball game. Neese, number 20, rangy shortstop for Greensboro. Here's the pitch. This one misses off the outside half.
Yeah, On doing a really good job of locating pitches and hitting these spots. I'm sorry, it's Cho that's on the mound now. But Cho is doing a great job of hitting these spots.
And they're both been similar. They've both thrown the ball where the catcher shim wanted to be thrown. But to Greensboro's credit, they got out the bat very aggressively and scored that first run.
Yeah, can't really tell if he went around there or not.
A bouncing ball. You got to be awake here at the ballpark. You have to be awake at the ballpark. That's one thing about baseball. That ball really took off and skipped through the stands here at Loeb Stadium here at Columbian Park. Here's the windup and the pitch. Another bouncing ball by Neese. Neese is not afraid to swing the bat. He's very aggressive. He's the 3rd hitter in that Greensboro lineup. Trying to keep this inning alive. 2 outs. Outfield to shallow and a little bit around to the left. And he's pulling just about everything. And at some point, you got to think Cho's going to go on the outside corner here.
Yeah, and he may be trying to set Neese up for that, but Neese is doing a good job of battling and keeping himself alive, seeing if he can find something down the heart of the plate to drive.
Breaking ball, and he fouled this one. Took it off the bottom of his leg. He's got a little protective device on his left ankle there. Does C.J. Neese, the shortstop. Two outs in the 3rd. Cho to Shim. Here's the pitch. In the dirt. 2-2. Korean infield is playing back as they can afford to do that with 2 outs here in the 3rd. Cho tried to go off the outside half that time, and he misses low below the knees. And now the count is full. Now the payoff pitch is coming. Got him. He'll have to make the toss down to first. He does to retire the side. But he caught him swinging. Great job by Cho on the hill for Korea to keep the game close. Greensboro 1, Korea nothing. We go to the bottom of the 3rd.
Hey, Jennifer Fuzzmike, Trooper Money Slang. Aw, scram.
I'm Chris Mike, Joby Robon. Y'all gonna lead up in Kiss Bet.
Peace charity get town down.
Toothpaste dummy way.
Brona brood.
What?
With the top 100 shows preloaded, Xfinity is perfect for people who want to join the conversation. Catch up on the shows everyone is talking about. Get started with the Xfinity X1 Triple Play from Comcast for $99 a month for a whole year. Call 1-800-XFINITY or visit Comcast.com today.
A lot of win with Old Glory there out in the outfield as North Carolina holds on to South Korea 1-0. But we go to the bottom of the 3rd, and can Taeho Kim get things started for Korea, Mike Rosick?
They're hoping that he can get something started here. Korea with 2 hits in the game, but nothing to show for it. They need to start getting some runs across the board. As we know, this Greensboro team has the prolific offense and can put the runs up in a hurry.
Edwards' delivery to second base. There's one gone. An easy play for Greensboro as Tae-Ho Kim bounces out to Clay Dilday. There's one out. Now Hanbyul Kim, the right fielder.
Here's a good look at it as that nice one hopper to Dilday. Good play and easy out there at first.
One gone, and Kim takes outside 1-0 from Jacob Edwards. Lefty still throwing with some good velocity from the hill for Greensboro. There's one popped into right field. The right fielder's going to make a chance, and he makes the play. For a minute there, I thought he had to go back a little bit further. But Derek Martinez held and did a good job to make the catch.
Yeah, Martinez kind of camped under it like it was going to come right to him. And then I think that wind kind of pushed it towards the infield a little bit, so he had to run in fairly quick to make a play on it. Nice breaking pitch there by Edwards.
Ji Woo No, the hitter, got hit by a pitch his first time up. The left-handed hitting designated hitter for Korea takes a strike on the inside half. 0-2 as Edwards works ahead of the Korean hitters. And he makes them foul this one off. He hasn't thrown that many pitches at this point in the ball game. Here's the pitch. Oh, he swung at a bad one, and he knew it. That ball was out of the strike zone.
Yeah, and I think Edwards did a good job there of elevating that curveball to where it started about the same plane as the fastball was earlier, and then dropped off a little, but it was still too high for the Korean batter to make contact with it.
Ji Woo No, the DH. He's down on the count 0-2. Edwards trying to strike him out. There it is. He got him. He not only tried, but he got him. Great inning by Edwards pitching for Greensboro to shut him down. This is the 2017 Colt League World Series. North Carolina on top, 1-0 on MTC Sports. Nice look at that Greensboro bench, and they feel real good about themselves. They've got a 1-0 lead out of North Carolina over Korea. Korea coming out of the bullpen early. They've gone to number 21. That's John Hee Cho. Cho, C-H-O, number 21, the lefty.
He had an impressive inning last inning, striking out the three batters that he faced. Doing a great job coming in for some quick relief duty. If you take a look down at their bullpen, they've got another hurler up there. Looks like a righty, possibly getting loose. Maybe a couple of righties out there.
Cho will lead off with Hairston, the first baseman. 0-1 there. You take a look at left-handed hitting. Isaiah Hairston, wearing jersey number 11. Make that jersey number 17 for Greensboro. Here's the pitch by Cho. Pop foul, this one to the backstop. Hairston hits in the cleanup spot. Flew out to center field his first time up. 0 out of 1, and boy, that's a luxury to have more than 2 pitchers. Quality pitchers when you're pitching at a World Series level. Here's a pitch, swung on and missed. Cho's look really smooth out here. Had a perfect inning, 1-2-3 back in the last one. Here's a pitch, and that's a beauty, absolute beauty. Got him looking. Froze Hairston, and he strikes him out. Couldn't have had a better pitch, Mike.
Yeah, nice pitch there by Cho as he just absolutely fooled Hairston and set him down looking. And after that pitch, catcher Shim, he knew exactly it was the third strike. He pops up and fires it down to third to throw it around the horn.
Now Grayson Cheney, the center fielder. Nothing out of one. He bounced out to second base his first time up. Outfield plays him straight away. This is the first time we've seen that center fielder literally straight away. Number 99, Jong Min Lee. Here's Cho's pitch. Fouls it behind home plate.
And you know, for this will be the fifth batter that Cho's faced, and they haven't really picked up on that pause in his delivery, so it's really deceptive to these batters. I think they're having a hard time timing him up. He misses high there, but as you see, that kind of slow, elongated bunch of pauses in that windup, and then he explodes out of it, so he's got some good velocity.
He hides that baseball quite well as Cheney turns on it and fouls it out of play down the left field side. Ground ball towards third. And he got him, and I think, Mike, if he runs through it, he probably is safe.
It would have been extremely close, but a really good job by the third baseman. Take a look at it here. That ball jumps up, and he makes the throw.
And that's the third baseman, Sean Yup Na, who's on his knees there. I think there's a problem. I think he's got some issues now physically. He may have tweaked something. The ball came up and hit him in his midsection.
Yeah, it doesn't look like. I really don't think it was an effect of the ball being hit. I'm wondering if it's a lower back issue or something. Because you see him tending to his lower back area right now. Yeah, he didn't look like the ball that was hit actually hurt him any. It may have been on the throw.
Well, the good news is he's getting plenty of attention down at the third base side by it looks like some trainers here that are on staff for the Colt World Series here in Lafayette. He's going to stay in the ball game, although he's still bent over just a little bit at third base. But I think in that play, when you look at it, it appeared to me that Cheney, when he dove, the dirt kind of slowed him down a little bit.
Oh, definitely. It's always quicker to run through the base. The only time they suggest you slide into first base is if there is a tag play going to be made on you. So if the first baseman has to come off the bag to make a tag, then slide to get out of the way. But typically running through the base is a lot faster than sliding in head first.
Yep. And now Clay Dilday steps in with 2 outs. He bounced out to the third baseman. The first time up. There's a line drive base hit. That was a solid hit to left field by Clay Dilday.
Yeah, and here we are in the 4th inning now, and I think that's the first hit we've had since the 1st inning. And nice piece of hitting there, roping it over the shortstop's head into the left center field gap.
Greensboro had 2 hits in the first. This is their 3rd of the ball game. So with 2 outs, a runner on at first, it brings up Derek Martinez, the left-handed hitter. Runner being held on at first. Cho's pitch in the dirt, and it is a situation where there is absolutely no way that Shim has a chance to pick it up. A wild pitch, and heading down to second is Clay Dilday.
Good job back there by Shim. He actually kept it in front of him, but I don't think he realized he did as he turned around to look towards the backstop, but he actually kept it right in front of him, just a big high hop.
Martinez lines it into left field. Now we may have a close play at the home plate, and they hold him up. Good call by Greensboro. Otherwise, the runner coming around third, Dilday, is going to be thrown out very easily. That ball just wasn't hit deep enough, but a good job of hitting by Derek Martinez.
Take a look at it here. Nice little slap hit into left field. Very good read by the third base coach there to hold his runner up, as the left fielder made a nice play of coming up and firing as soon as he touches the ball.
Greensboro is threatening with runners at the corner. Now Gus Hughes is the hitter. He struck out his last time up, and it wasn't pretty. He lines one foul down the right field side. And, just the thought that occurred to me, because he really struggled his last time up, whether or not they try to bunt him on.
Yeah, in this situation, there's 2 outs, though, so probably not going to. But just to get some confidence back in this kid, maybe see.
Hey, look at that.
There he goes. He comes through with the hit.
Unreal, because the first time up, he looked like he had never swung a bat before. And this time he comes up and redirects and drives one into left field for a base hit. A great job by Hughes, driving in the second run of the ball game. Now there's runners at first and second, and Greensboro still threatening here in the third. An RBI single by Gus Hughes. He had struggled so much in his first at bat, but comes through in his second. And now the catcher, Cade Darnell. Darnell drives one into center field. That's a base hit. Runner coming around third as the center fielder couldn't pick it up. And now we've got runners at second and third, and it's 4, make it 3-0.
Nice hit there by Darnell. And as you said, the center fielder, so we'll take a look at it here. You'll see great hit. The center fielder coming over, and he just cannot field it cleanly. It gets by him, and that allows the run to score easily.
So a single and an error on the center fielder, Jungmin Lee, brings runners to second and third. And there are 3 runs in now for Greensboro. And now we go to the top of the order, and Jacob Edwards, the pitcher, who is 1 for 2, who started the ball game with a single and scored. The pitch by Cho, and he grounds one. This is going to be trouble. And he didn't get him, and a run scores. Edwards beats it out. He beats it out.
The lefty quick out of the box there. I don't think he really intended on dragging it down the first baseline. As you see, he just kind of squibs it out there, but he hustles it out, never quits running. And he just does beat it out.
And he knocks in Gus Hughes with another run, and now we go to Isaiah Rem. 4-0 in this ball game, and there's a wild pitch. It is 5-0. And this is Cade Darnell scoring off the wild pitch, and Jacob Edwards moves up to second.
That's a costly mistake there, as Jen wasn't able to get down low enough to block that one. It squirts by, gets to the backstop, and lets the run come in, and Edwards advances to second. Here is that offensive explosiveness that we've heard about from this Greensboro team.
There's a ground ball towards short. He gets him, and that'll retire the side. But, boy, Greensboro erupted for 4 runs this inning. And they take a lead of 5-0 now. It's Carolina 5, Korea 0. This is the 2017 Colt World Series on MTC Sports.
You have enough on your plate. Let McAllister Rentals' wide selection of equipment help. With an extensive equipment selection and experienced people, McAllister Rentals in the Cat Rental Store is your one-stop shop for all your equipment needs. You know we can help you with the big jobs, from moving dirt to getting you in the air. But did you also know that we can handle your smaller equipment needs with equipment like generators and water pumps? McAllister Rentals has made its mark with locations throughout Indiana and now Michigan. We pride ourselves on our reliable equipment, fast service, and knowledgeable people. Visit us online today or give us a call. McAllister Rentals, helping build Indiana since 1945.
So they took out number 11.
Back at Loeb Stadium, where North Carolina's taken a 5-0 lead over South Korea. And, Mike, there are a lot of changes. We've got a new pitcher on the hill in Mason Kanoy.
Yeah, Mason Kanoy, big, tall right-hander. Looks like they've moved Edwards to center field. And then Grayson Chaney, who was in center field, has gone over to right. So Derek Martinez has come out of the game, so Kanoy will be in for Martinez. Good look here at the big righty as he warms up to get ready to face his Korea team in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Well, they're now in the driver's seat. This is a very critical part of the ball game, right in the middle half. So to have a fresh hurler out there, if he can throw strikes and keep Greensboro on top, Greensboro's got a chance to redeem themselves in this ball game. But not before. Korea has a chance here in the 4th, and that'll send up Jae Young Shim, the catcher. Nothing out of 1 here in the bottom half of inning number 4 here at Loeb Stadium.
And I think this game's kind of going the way Greensboro, this is your ideal plan. You start your ace on the mound, get a comfortable lead, and able to pull him out and save his arm for some future games.
First pitch right down the middle half of the plate. 0-1. Shim will be followed by Ho, the first baseman, then Na, the third baseman. Here's the pitch. Oh, boy, he ripped that one, but it's turning foul. Mason Kanoy, the pitcher, got that one up just a little bit, but enough inside that he fouled it. Here's the pitch by Kanoy. He tried a little change-up, and he threw it away. Ball and 2 strikes. Outfield playing pretty deep now. Straight away for Shim. Starting the 4th. Good pitch. He got him swinging, and Shim just cannot believe what happened. 1 out.
Very nice pitch there by Kanoy because Shim was definitely looking to turn on one. Oh, yeah, just got it up above the letters a little bit, and Shim was just under it.
Now Chan Min Ho, the first baseman, number 17, bats from the left side. He bounced out to the pitcher his first time up. He's hitless in 1. Here's Kanoy's pitch. This one, nice offer, right on the inside half, and he fouls it off. That's a good pitch. That was a really, really good pitch. And there's just no way with that. Anybody, you're not going to be able to turn on that one. Looks in for the sign. Here's the pitch on the way. That's another good one. He's got these Korea hitters right now all tied up, 0-2. He just missed. Boy, that must have been inches.
Yeah, that one looked like it. And maybe the catcher set up off the plate because the catcher's glove didn't move on that one. And maybe, 0-2, he sets up off the plate to draw that.
High fly ball, and the catch is made by Jacob Edwards coming in into shallow right center field. So Chen Min Ho flies out. That's 2 outs. Now Song Yap Na, the third baseman.
Take a look at this one as there was a lot of ground to cover on this as the ball kept tailing back towards center field, and Edwards was able to get under it to make the catch.
Now Na stepping in, the third baseman. Looks like he's back from that injury that he occurred last inning playing defensively at third base as he fouls this one off.
You can still see him kind of stretching his lower back out some. He may still be feeling the effects of it.
Nice stroke. Nice. Very nice stroke by Na for the base hit to left field.
Yeah, his second hit of the day. Kid's doing a really good job of hitting there. Good approach, going with the pitch, staying on it, and driving it to the opposite field.
Now Jin Woo Jian, the second baseman. Foul that one off of his foot. That should be a foul ball, and the runner has to return back to first base. One thing so far about the pitching, particularly from Mason Canoy, number 8, he's around the strike zone all the time.
Yeah, he's definitely locating well, hitting his spots. And Darnell's doing a good job back there behind the plate. Trying to look and see. I believe he's calling the pitches for him. Haven't seen him look in towards the dugout for signs. So he's doing a good job of managing the game from behind the plate.
Nice job by Canoy. And, you know, when he's pitching here, Canoy, the ball's really moving. You can tell the ball's moving all over the place. He's got good stuff. This one nearly hits the inside half. He tried to break a backdoor curveball in there, and he couldn't get him. Jinwoo John stays alive, the second baseman. Here's the pitch. He turned on that one and fouls it down the third base line near the tarp out there. Runner being held on at first. Canoy working from the stretch. Let's see if he throws over. He doesn't. And again, John stays alive, fouling it. Five nothing. North Carolina over South Korea. North Carolina group out of Greensboro. The northern half of the, I call it the Tar Heel State. I don't know if people call it the Wolfpack State. Depends on where you're from there. This one gets away.
Yeah, I would prefer the Blue Devil State myself, but
wild pitch allows Na to go up to second.
Yeah, and this take a look at that as it bounces over the glove of Darnell. That one is popped way up in the air. Shortstop coming in, able to make the grab.
That'll retire the side. Canoy does his job. No runs. Just a hit, no errors, one runner left. Colt World Series baseball on MTC Sports.
Makes the play in Puerto Rico. The celebration underway. They're the Colt World Series champions. Territory. Rounded second. Heading for throw. Ready for home. Throw up the line. Nothing in time. Running second and third. Strike three call. Tijuana, Mexico has won the 2016 Colt World Series.
Back at Loeb Stadium in a great ball game so far for Carolina, 5-0. Phoenix Lawn and Garden. Phoenix Lawn and Garden. Specializing in Husqvarna and Ferris mowers, Phoenix Lawn and Garden makes tall grass short. Call us today at 765-296-2988 to see if you qualify for a special financing offer. That's Phoenix Lawn and Garden. And boy, you look at the lawn out there, Mike, it is beautiful. They have done a great job here at Loeb Stadium, getting this field ready for the Colt League World Series.
yes, they have. As a player, you love to see a field where there's not a huge lip between the grass and the dirt. You see that the grass is nicely manicured. And as a fan, you love to see a beautiful field like this. No weeds growing in it, no dead spots out there. I mean, it is just beautiful.
Great job out here by the grounds crew. Well, we've got a pitching change for Korea. Young-Ki Lee, number 11. Young-Ki Lee, the sidewinder for Korea, will be on the hill now, getting those warm-up tosses, number 11. And he'll have to do a good job of keeping this ball game in check. They are down 5-0.
And it looks like Jae-Young Yun is out in right field now, number 14. Trying to look around here to see if he just replaced Kim in right field or if they did a little moving around. And it looks like he probably did replace Kim. Looks like everybody else has stayed the same.
Yeah, and Hanbyul Kim in this ball game was nothing out of 2, so maybe they're looking for a little bit more offense out of number 14, Jae-Young Yun. And now Lee is about ready to go. He's got a few more warm-up tosses. They're giving him a lot of time out there on the hill.
It looks like the umpire's getting some of the changes here. Looks like he's meeting with one of the scorekeepers over near the stands to make sure they get everything right.
And there you take a look at the scoreboard with Carolina on top 5-0 over Korea in the top of the 5th inning. This is really a critical inning for both ball clubs as they head down the stretch. Be interesting to see how the Greensboro team attacks a sidewinding right-hander. Pretty hard sometimes for right-handed hitters, at least, to pick up pitches. He'll be starting with C.J. Neese. There's the Aruba team with the little Purdue sweatshirt there. A lot of memories here for these players and a lot of relationships that they make while they're here in Lafayette for this great tournament. Now C.J. Neese. He is 1 out of 2 today. You see there? Has a run batted into his credit. Here's the pitch. And it hit him in the back. Just couldn't get out of the way of that one. He'll be okay. And Isaiah Hairston will be the hitter.
The first baseman, number 17, Isaiah Hairston.
Did you see that one come in and just never did move away from the batter? Just kept, it was almost like it was a magnet drawn to him and kept going. That one nearly gets the lefty on that pitch. Hairston looking to get his back going today as he's 0 for 2.
Neese taking a pretty nice lead over first. This ball lined deep to center field. They're going to give long chase over the head. He could not get it. The ball drops down. The runner coming around third. Here's the relay to third. And that one gets away. And it's 2-0 Greensboro.
Good job there by Hairston, not going home on that because that ball caromed right back to the third baseman. Take a look at this hit as he gets a hold of one and drives it into that big gap that we've talked about all day in right center. And the center fielder almost able to make a catch. And then in there with a triple to bring another run home to add to their lead.
Kim is now playing at second base now. He had been at right field because he was the guy that made that relay toss over to third. So now we've got Grayson Chaney stepping in with the runner at third. And he waved at that one. Carolina now leads 6-0. Greensboro with another run in this ball game. Hairston perched at third. Chaney. And he's facing number 11, Yan-Ki Lee. Oh, and Lee hits another batter. And now there'll be runners at the corners. And the only good news about that is he's not throwing hard enough to really hurt anybody.
Yeah, that one definitely was probably supposed to be some kind of breaking pitch that did not break. It just kept going right towards the batter.
In fact, you looked at, there's that pitch. You looked at Lee, or Chaney, after he got hit, he was smiling.
Yeah. That obviously probably will not leave a mark on him. That one's fouled straight back, out of play.
Clay Dilday, the hitter, number 1, the second baseman. Singled and scored. Back in the fourth. 1 out of 2. Runners at the corners at first and third. Cheney at first. Hairston at third. There goes Cheney. He's got second base made. I don't think you can give him a stolen base there either. I think that's indifference.
Yep. No throw, no attempt.
So Cheney will be at second. Harrison will be at third. There's nobody out in this inning. And there is some action already in the Korea bullpen. Throw over to first. He gets his man. There's one down. So a good job by Young Ki Lee as he got the ball, looked the runner back at third, got a base, and threw over.
Yeah, great job of fielding right there. There's look at the bullpen as Korea has another righty up there loosening up. Now we have one out with runners on second and third. Good job there by Lee, though, of fielding his position.
Here's a pop foul out of play. Mason Canoy, the pitcher, is the hitter, hitting in Derek Martinez's spot. 0-1, runners at second and third. Greensboro in the driver's seat here so far. Umpire getting a few new baseballs, and one of them got away. That's why there's a little bit of delay as he sets back in. 0-2, one out. Bounce foul down the third base side. Even though he's a sidewinder, he's just not getting a lot of velocity, and they still have plenty of time to wait back and swing the bat aggressively.
Yeah, and it almost looks like if he settles down a little bit and finds his rhythm, he might be kind of tough to hit, because he does have a lot of movement on there just like that.
Throw down to first. A runner goes, and he is safe. I believe he's safe. He is. Another run, 7-0. Aggressive base running there by Isaiah Hairston to score that run. You know, Mike, I didn't think they'd send the runner from third, but they did. Look at it.
Well, what helped is if he would have been able to make the tag to begin with, he'd have been fine. But since he bobbled it and had to come up the line, great read there by Hairston to be able to get there and get in to score that run.
Now Gus Hughes with the runner at third and 2 outs.
Unfortunate that Shim wasn't able to hold on to that third strike there, because that was a great pitch. And just like that one there, great movement on the pitch, and the batter couldn't decide quick enough whether he wanted to swing or not, so he watches it and called strike.
It picks off the outside corner. Gus Hughes is batting in the A slot. They've done their damage at the bottom of the order. From Dilday down to Darnell, from 6 to 9, they have scored 4 runs. That's a lot of production for the bottom half of the order. And it's 3-1. Young Ki Lee, the pitcher. Gets a new baseball. That's a good pitch. Shem tried to frame it on the outside corner, and he misses it. Three-two. 3-2 on the way. He missed it, and the ball gets away, and another run will score for Greensboro. Cheney scoring, 8-0.
Did you see that ball skip past Shim? Just gets by his glove hand, and the run is able to come in easily to score. And kind of surprised that the runner is only standing on first as far back as that thing hopped, but he did get down on the walk. Still with 2 outs here. Korea needs to shut this off before it gets way out of hand.
Darnell takes a strike call, 0-1, and Greensboro's feeling really good about themselves right now. Darnell doubled and scored his last time up. Here's another pitch. Looks like it gets away from Shem, and runner around second. And Yu stays at second. And all kinds of problems continue to happen for Korea as kind of the wheels have fallen off the last couple of innings.
Yeah, and as you see, Shim starting to struggle back there behind the plate. Earlier in the game, he was looking fantastic. There he goes again, pulling one into the strike zone, framing it nicely, getting the call. But as we talked earlier, you know, the catcher can make or break you back there. If he makes those stops, that cuts down a couple runs.
Here's a fly ball towards second base, and that's good job of fielding that one to end the inning. But Greensboro does another nice job getting more runs on the board. It's Carolina 8, Korea nothing. We go to the bottom of the 5th on MTC Sports.
The only way to get better is to challenge yourself. And that's what we're doing at Xfinity. We are challenging ourselves to improve every aspect of your experience. And this includes our commitment to being on time, every time. That's why if we're ever late for an appointment, we'll credit your account $20. It's our promise to you. We're doing everything we can to give you the best experience possible. Because we should fit into your life, not the other way around.
We've returned to Loeb Stadium in Lafayette for the action here at the Colt World Series between North Carolina and Korea. Go to the bottom of the 5th, and the right-handed pitcher out of the bullpen, Mason Kanoy, is still on the hill for Greensboro, trying to keep them in check. It was a disastrous last inning, or last half, for Korea as Greensboro added 3 more runs in the ball game to take that 8-0 lead. They have a huge hole to catch up, Mike.
They do. You know, being down 8 runs here, they really need to put something together. You know, this team had a 14-hour plane ride to get over here. I'm sure that they arrived sometime earlier this week and been in a hotel and stuff, but you got to think they've got to be eager to get some runs across the plate here, get on the board, and at least make this first game a little bit worthwhile. Right now, being down 8-0, on the verge of being eliminated or being sent to the losers bracket here early. Got to think they'd be ready to get some runs on and get their spirits back up.
Well, they start off with Jung Min Lee, the center fielder, as Kanoy starts him outside. So we've noted this number 99 jersey. Here's another pitch. It just missed on the inside half. 2-0. Kanoy winds up and throws. This one almost gets away. 3-0. Outfield playing straight away for the leadoff hitter here in the 5th. At least for Korea, if they can just chip away at this lead, they'll have a chance. They don't have to get everything here in this inning, obviously. But they want to give them some momentum to try to change things around here as everything is going Greensboro's way. There's a good pitch by Kanoy right down the middle. Mason has been on the money today. Coming out of the bullpen, here's the pitch. There's another nice one, and he gets him swinging.
Now, Greensboro pitching has looked great today, and you know the Korean bats just haven't been able to time up the pitching and catch up to everything. You see here, pitch, and that's outside. I mean, that's not a strike, but the way it comes out of his hand and the way it looked like he, it could have started out in the strike zone, but it tailed away. Great pitch there by Kanoy.
Looks like we've got a pinch hitter in the ball game here, and I can't see his number. Number 13. He swings, he lines one deep in the left field, giving chase, and it's over his head. He'll round second. That's Yi-Jun Jang, number 13, and he gets a double. Jang comes into the ball game and doubles to left field, pinch hitting here in the bottom of the fifth.
That's exactly what you want a pinch hitter to do. Come into the game, first pitch he sees, and he drives it almost to the fence. Beautiful swing. Nice little bat flip, too, as he strokes that thing into left field.
Here's Tae-Ho Kim at the top of the order. As you take a look at number 13, Jang, after he leads off, actually has a one-out double. As Lee struck out to start off the inning. Here's the pitch. This one fouled out of play. One thing's constant here is Kanoy's going to be near the plate.
Definitely. He's been working around the zone. Of course, now that we say that, he'll probably throw in the dirt or over the backstop, but
that one almost hit the inside corner. It's 1-1.
But he has done a great job today of commanding the strike zone. But these Korea batters need to be ready to take advantage of it. Nice little hit there as it squirts by the second baseman. Here comes a play at the plate, not in time.
Throw down to second, and probably didn't have to throw the ball to the plate. Didn't have to make a play at home, concede the run. Now they give up an opportunity for Kim to be at second base at another potential run.
Exactly. Take a look at this one. It looks like he just didn't get down quick enough to slide. And if Edwards hits a cutoff on there, yes, you give up a run, but you're still up 8-1, but you've got a runner at first base with the force out. Instead, now you've got a runner at second in scoring position again. And it looks like we got a pinch hitter here.
Number 10.
Gyu-Min Lee is pinch hitting number 10 for Korea.
Yep, number 10, Gyu-Min Lee. And the door's sort of slightly ajar here for Korea as they have gotten on the board now, giving themselves a little bit more confidence at 8-1. Runner in scoring position at second base is Tae-Ho Kim. And the outfield for this young man is playing straight away.
You've got to figure that any team that comes here has played a gauntlet of games to get here. So I don't care if you're up 8-0 or if it's 3-0. You've got to play this game like it's 1-0 at all times, because any of these teams are capable of having a big inning and exploding.
You bet. Here goes the runner to third, and he will take off easily with a stolen base. The pitcher, Kanoy, just did not do a very good job of trying to hold the runner. He took off as soon as he went into his windup.
Yeah, that was a great read there by the base runner, because he instantly took off as soon as Kanoy turned his head back towards the plate.
There's one out of play as he turned on it a little bit too quick. Gyu-Min Lee. Lee, number 10, steps out of the batter's box. Taking just a little bit more time to get set. Here's Kanoy's pitch. And nearly hit him. Kim over at third. Would be a big boost for Korea to get across the plate to get within 6. Here's a line drive towards short. Gets his man.
And right there is a perfect example, because had Kim still been held at first base after that hit there, he doesn't score on this. And nice play there by the shortstop, be able to make a nice strong throw over to first. But since he was already at second and then was able to steal third, what could have been a double play ball there turns into a little sacrifice with an RBI. It gives them another run.
Yep, it's 8-2. They're just down by 6. And again, all they need to do is just chip away every inning to get themselves a chance. Here's the pitch by Kanoy. It's on the inside corner. Strike called. It's the little things that make the difference. Now, Ji-Woo No, the designated hitter, as you take a look at him from the left side. Just missed on the inside half. We know this, that baseball, much like any other sport, is a game of momentum, a game of tides. It turns and changes. And now, looks like Korea has a little bit of stuff going for him. There's a base hit in the right field. He golfed that one in there. No's got a base hit. His first hit of the ball game.
Yeah, great hit there as he ropes it down the first baseline. Take a look here. Gets one on the inner half of the plate, and he just turns on it.
And they've got it rolling here in the 5th inning. Jae-Young Shim stepping in.
And like you said, a game of momentum, a game of tides. All it takes is a couple mistakes by Greensboro, and this Korea team will be right back in it.
Yep, now they looking towards the bullpen to have some action down there. Number 12, Nate Canner, taking off his jacket. Whether or not he's ready to get in the ball game now is not certain. I think they're looking to make a change right now.
Yep, looks like they will go to Cantor here, bring him in. Just trying to see if they're going to make a double switch or if they're going to just Yep, looks like he will come in to the game and Kanoy will exit.
So it's Nate Canner, number 12.
Did you hear Kanoy receive a good round of applause because he actually pitched really well. He gave up 2 runs here, but you really can't blame that last run on him. Now they did start hitting him a little harder, so I mean he's leaving things a little more up and over the plate, so he's not exactly hitting the exact spots that the coach wants him to. But he was still looking good up there.
Well, Nate Canner will face Jae-Young Shim, who is nothing out of 2 in this ball game.
Good look at Nate right there.
Probably give him about 3 or 4 more tosses before we'll resume action here at Loeb Stadium. 8-2 Carolina over South Korea in the bottom of the 5th inning. Some critical innings here as we head down the stretch in this ball game. This is the 2nd game of the Colt League World Series. It all started off this morning with California coming up with a 9-3 victory over Louisiana. And now we have the catcher, Chun, stepping in. Jae-Young Shim.
As we saw earlier, if you leave one over the heart of the plate, Shim can really turn on it. He has a little bit of power.
Strike called on the outside corner. 0-1. A ball in the gap probably scores a run. Here goes the runner going towards second. He slides and he's in there. Good job of backing up the play by the shortstop, Neese. And a stolen base for Ji-Woo No.
Nice job there of getting down. And if that throw is on line, they probably get him. Throw was just off a little bit. Nice hit there by Shim, as he'll drive in another run for the Korean.
Ring it up for Korea. Ring it up. It's 8-3. It's a 5-run game. And this inning isn't over yet. There's still 2 outs.
Take a look at Shim there. He knew he had a nice little hit right over the shortstop's head, bringing in the run.
Here's Sun Min Ho, the first baseman. Nothing out of 2 today. Batting from the left side, number 17. Runner on at first, taking a lead. They have been aggressive running the base pass when they've gotten on, and he didn't like that pitch, but he hit it anyway, flied out to second baseman to retire the side. So Canner does the job to close out this inning, but Korea gets on the board. They add 3. And we have played 5. It's 8-3 going to the top of the 6th.
And lastly, Uverse gives you a whole bunch of on-demand TV shows and movies. Let's get started.
Well, how many is a whole bunch? As many as Xfinity?
I swear you're gonna love it.
That didn't really answer my question.
Over 5,000 on demand.
Well, Xfinity on demand gives us over 30,000.
We'll set it up for you.
Don't settle for Uverse. Get over 5 times more on-demand TV shows and movies on TV with Xfinity from Comcast.
Most of the time, commercials require a fancy voiceover to sell their product. But here at Pepe's Mexican Restaurant, we believe in letting these images speak for themselves. But I just can't help myself. Tantalizing. Delicious. I can almost taste it. Pepe's Mexican Restaurant, Sagamore Parkway, Lafayette.
Well, back at Loeb Stadium, another pitching change for Korea. Yoo-min Lee, number 10, is in the ball game. There he is. Lee, number 10, is the pitcher. For Korea, another right-hander. There's been some other changes in the lineup. I know for one, number 14 now, Jae Young Yun is playing second base. But Carolina has a 5-run lead going into the top of the 6th.
And it looks like they've brought number 1, Ji-woo No, into the game. He was the DH. Now he's in right field. There's a good look at the Hoosier North team that will be playing tomorrow as they advanced out of their bracket to come into the Colt World Series. They will play the winner of the Bay County, Michigan and Aruba game.
Leading off hitting for Greensboro, the center fielder, number 4, Jacob Edwards.
Now Jacob Edwards will lead off against Lee, the right-handed pitcher for Korea. Looks to bunt, drops it down the third base line. That's going to roll foul.
Good idea there by Edwards. If he could have just kept that one fair. He's definitely quick out of the box, and being a lefty gives you that little more advantage down the line. Just unable to keep that one fair down the third baseline. Kind of surprised now the Korean third baseman still playing behind the bag.
Good pitch by Lee, strike called. Center fielder again in left center field. Lots of space between the right fielder and the center fielder. Drives it through the gap there. He's got himself a triple. This one down and away. Greensboro's hoping that Lee will make a mistake here. Edwards locked in at the plate. Pitch is a strike called. He got caught looking.
And he knew it too as soon as the pitch came across the plate. Doesn't even turn and look at the umpire. He just kind of puts his head down and knows.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. Now pinch hitting for
Nice pitch right there.
21 is the pinch hitter.
Looks like we've got a new batter here, number 21, Jake Bloss, into the game, pinch hitting here. Looks like he's pinch hitting for Isaiah Rem.
Both coaches making moves here late in the ball game.
Yeah, and this is a good time of the game to get kids in, whether they're your normal subs, whether they're somebody that you plan on getting in the game, or just somebody that you really want to get some playing time and some experience in this.
That is a foul ball by inches. Bounced down the third base line into the foul territory, and it is a foul ball. And very fortunate that it didn't turn on him. Jake Bless. Greensboro, number 21. Make that Bloss. Here's the pitch by Lee. And again, he pulls this one. He's a dead pull hitter so far. 1-2. You'd think we'd be playing in the dead of fall.
No kidding. You wouldn't believe that just a few days ago it was in the mid to upper 90s.
Woo. This one hit him on the shoulder. Let's hope he's all right. That stung. As cold as it is, you look around the ballpark, people have blankets on, jackets.
Long pants. You know. Yeah, this looks like early in there. You see that pitch get him right on the shoulder blade there. Yeah, a little grimace. We got a pinch runner number 6.
That's Rem back in the ball game. Isaiah Rem over first base. Now C.J. Neese stepping in, the shortstop. Boy, he hit that one a distance. Center fielder going back, and Wynn held it up just in time for the out. Thought it had a chance, but he hit it too high, and the wind just held it up there for long enough for the center fielder to run it down.
Good job there by Chong Min Lee to be able to drop back on that one and make the play. Take a look. Did you see that one coming right at you? Lee easily going back and making that catch.
Now Isaiah Harrison back in with a run scored. Runner on at first. Rem taking the lead. The pitch by Lee. This one is outside. He took that one right down the middle.
Hairston last at bat had that huge triple with the RBI as he came into the game and crushed the ball. And this time he goes down swinging.
Correa will be coming to bat, trying to get back in this ball game.
Since 1980, Phoenix Lawn & Garden has been family owned and operated. For over 30 years, the Thomases have provided reliable, quality brand name products and services to their customers. Let's face it, you don't make it this far in this industry with anything less. Generation after generation. From the initial sale through the life of the purchase, Phoenix is there every step of the way. Thomas's Phoenix Lawn & Garden, where we make tall grass short.
Every business we work with at Haley's has different security needs. As a certified Medico Security Center, we provide the highest quality products with affordable solutions for your business. E-cylinders fit into your existing hardware and are controlled from your computer. Medico Smart Solutions provide options for different employee access levels, patented key control, loss and liability protection. Surveillance cameras protect your employees and your business. Call today for your free business security assessment. Let the professionals at Haley's keep your business safe with locations in Lafayette and Crawfordsville.
Good look at the Korea dugout. They have to rally make that the Greensboro dugout. They've got to play defense. And Korea has to rally, and Nye, it's the first pitch towards the second baseman who throws over to first to get the out. There's one gone. Clay Dilday makes the play, and there's one out in the Korea sixth. They have to rally. They are down by 5 runs, 8-3. And now Jin-Woo John is the hitter. He takes the first pitch, strike. Make that Jae-Young Yun, number 14, who checked in the ball game in the last half inning. One gone, and the pitch off the plate by Cantor, who came in last inning in relief. Both ball clubs have gone to the pen. When you're this good, you've got to have depth, and both ball clubs obviously do. Here's a swing and a miss by Yun. One out in the sixth. Outfield straight away.
Good job there of Darnell sliding over, but then he was unable to get the ball back to the pitcher, so good job by the shortstop, Neese, to be able to back that up.
Trying to work off the outside half, and he misses it. Good pitch, but now it's 3-2. One out. Yun, the hitter, and he drives it down the third base side. That's foul. You got to feel here that if Greensboro can get this side retired, they've got a chance to put this ball game away. Just 2 more chances here for Korea. One here in the 6th and then in the 7th. And there's already one out here in the 6th. And he got the outside corner for strike 3. Yun thought it was ball 4. He was the third of the way down, thinking it was ball 4, and he strikes out.
Not sure that he doesn't have an argument there, but as you see, yeah, that usually when a catcher has to reach for the ball, it's usually not a strike, but he got the call, and Korea now has 2 away.
Here's John Min Lee. He lines one up the middle. Second baseman Dilday, nice play, throws, and he didn't get him. But a great play by Dilday, the second baseman, to die for that one.
Heck of a stop there by the second baseman, because that first look, it looked like that ball was going to be through for a base hit, and he makes a great stop. Take a look at this. Great job. Just could not get enough on it to get the out, but a heck of a play.
Here's a line drive out to shortstop for the third out. That retires a side. Wow. Orion Kun had a line drive taken away by Neese to retire the side, and Greensboro does a job to shut the door on Korea here in the 6th.
Construction projects mean deadlines. At McAllister Machinery and the Cat Rental Store, we understand the challenges our customers face. That's why our team of professionals are here to help. From our knowledgeable support staff to our industry-leading service department, McAllister Machinery and the Cat Rental Store are here to make sure you get the right equipment delivered on time. Whether it's cat equipment, JLG lifts, or Solaire air compressors, we carry it all. McAllister Machinery and the Cat Rental Store, helping build Indiana since 1945.
Back at Loeb Stadium, Haley's Locks, safe and key. With over 40 years of experience, the team at Haley's can help protect what you care about the most. We specialize in locks, safes, keys, and access controls for your home and business. Call us today at 447-5726 or visit Haley'sLock.com. That's Haley's Lock, safe and key. And, boy, I tell you, those elephant ears, the shake-ups, the corn dogs, that looks pretty good.
Yeah, that does. Somebody tell that guy to just order a couple extra and bring them on up here.
Now we've got a pitching change here for Korea. It's number 99, Young Min Lee, or 99 Luftballons Lee, or whatever you want to call him, 99, who's moves from center field, the lefty. Now he'll pitch and now try to shut down Greensboro to keep the game at least close for Korea. They have a shot as they go to their last at bat here. But first, Greensboro will lead off with Grayson Cheney. Number 9 stepping into the batter's box. Cheney hit by a pitch his last time up and scored. He's hitless in 2. Here's the pitch by the lefty 99. A strike called on the outside corner. Jong Min Lee, number 99. Outfield straightaway. There's a fastball down low. Strike called on the outside corner. Ball and 2 strikes. You know, another thing I was thinking about these ball clubs, every one of them, they've got to get used to the umpires. And calling balls and strikes. I mean, that's always an adjustment as well.
It definitely is. And you can go from game to game getting a different umpire behind the plate, and the strike zone could be different. You know, some of them give you a little more of the black. Some of them do not allow any of it. So it does take getting used to. And to the umpires' credit, as you see there, Grayson Cheney striking out. Thought I gave him the wrong name there. But striking out. But also these umpires, they're dealing nice pitch there. And Cheney just not able to catch up to it. But these umpires are dealing with different styles. I mean, look at the different pitchers we've had in this game alone. We've had lefties, we've had righties, we had a submarine pitcher, we've had some 3-quarter pitching. Kids throwing with decent velocity, kids throwing a lot of junk. I mean, that's tough for an umpire to adjust to throughout the game. Nice hit there as they drive it up the middle.
Yeah, Dilday has done a good job, not only offensively, Mike, today, but defensively as well. I mean, he's done a nice job. Takes that one, as you see, right up the box.
Nice short swing, smooth. Doesn't try to do too much with it. And we've got a pinch hitter number 5, Larry McMillan, into the game now.
Dilday 2 for 4 today with a run scored, and for the 6th position, that's a lot of production for Greensboro. As you mentioned, Larry McMillan is the hitter. There was a great basketball player over the years, Jim McMillian, with the same spelling, MC, capital M-I-L-L-I-A-N, same as Jim McMillian, who was a great basketball player in the National Basketball Association for a number of years. He also wore jersey number 5, and I'm just wondering, maybe that's his son or grandson. Here's a snap throw down to first base, and Dilday back in time. You never know. There's a lot of connections here. He wears the exact same number as Jim McMillian used to wear in the NBA. I think he's also a former member years ago of the Buffalo Braves, team that moved out west. Here's a stretch and the pitch. This one is a strike called on the outside corner. Every one of our pitchers in this ball game have been around the plate for the most part, with the exception of Lee throwing that sidewinder pitch, throwing a few hit by pitches, but just maybe a breaking ball or two that got away from him.
Yeah, and once he settled down, he started finding his rhythm, and he was around the plate.
Lee overhand, breaking ball towards second. Good job of moving laterally and making the play, and there's 2 outs. Runner advances to second.
Good job there by Jin Woo Jong making that play. Oh, sorry, that's Jin Min Lee that made that play at second base now, number 10. Good job of not giving up on the ball and just keep his feet moving.
Yep. Jong Min Lee, the pitcher Fastball on the outside corner, strike one. Got it by Hughes. Gus Hughes has scored a run, has a single today, 1 out of 2. Stretch and the pitch. He misses off the outside corner.
Yeah, Gus, one of our youngsters here, he's going to be a sophomore this year. He's only 15, out of Greensboro, North Carolina.
Here's a snap throw down to second. The runner is going to have to hold.
Good job of backing up there by the center fielder to keep him at second base.
Playing center field now is number 14, Jae Young Yun. Yes.
You know, it's
Lee is pitching.
It's really funny nowadays how, you know, when you and I grew up, you pretty well rooted for the teams that you got to see a lot of. You know, if you're from Central Indiana, you either liked the Cubs, the Cardinals, or the Reds. They were the central teams. You got to see them on TV the most. Well, now as you look here, Gus Hughes, his favorite team is the Detroit Tigers. You know, he's from Greensboro, North Carolina. And as you see, nice pitch there by Lee to strike out the side and set Hughes down.
And Korea has one more chance to get back in this ball game. We'll see it after this message.
How's it going? Nice to meet you guys. I have these 2 laptops. We're gonna each download a TV show. I'm gonna download it on Xfinity, and you guys are gonna download it with AT&T UVerse, and we're gonna see who goes faster. Go.
Well, this is a no-brainer so far.
How's AT&T doing?
Struggling.
I'm ready to go. We'll wait for you guys.
Looks like we're gonna be waiting for a while.
Don't let UVerse slow you down. Upgrade to an Xfinity X1 Triple Play from Comcast and save when you bundle. See for yourself. Call 1-800-XFINITY or visit Comcast.com today.
Here's the Korea Ball Club looking on. They want to rally. They need at least 5 to tie or 6 to win this ball game. And Gus Hughes, number 13, will try to close it out on the hill for Greensboro. Gus Hughes has come in, made a position change. There you take a look at him. He'll try to close this game out, Mike. And, boy, he's got a 5-run lead. So all he needs to do is just throw strikes and trust his defense.
Exactly. You know, don't try to do too much as a pitcher here. Just get the ball across the plate, throw strikes, and let your gloves play behind you.
And he'll go to the top of the lineup for Korea in Taeho Kim. Kim today is 1 out of 3. He scored a run, and he's the shortstop batting from the left side against the right-handed pitching Hughes. Hughes looking to close this baseball game out on top 8-3 here in the bottom of the 7th.
Now, speaking offensively, Korea, you can't go up there expecting, I mean, there's no 5-run home runs in this league. So you've got to take it one base at a time, one batter at a time, and just do your job just like that as he slashes one.
That's in the gap. And he'll try for 2.
And he's going to get there.
A double leading off for Taeho Kim, the 7th inning. Korea has its hopes alive, down by 5.
And a great piece of hitting as you take a look there. Nice inside-out swing, drives that into the gap in left center field. And he was thinking double all the way. And whenever the left fielder first got to that ball, I thought there's no way he's getting to second. But he made a good read on that and knew the guy was deep enough he could make it to second and was in there easily.
Here's Yoo-Min Lee, number 10, stepping in. Batting from the right side. Trying to get this inning going. Pitch by Hughes, it's fouled off. Right off the chest protector of the catcher, Kay Darnell. Take a look at some of the fans with the blankets on here at the ballpark. But Mike mentioned off air that tomorrow is supposed to be in the 80s, so should be back to the heat of Lafayette here at Loeb Stadium. As Korea's trying to heat up this inning. Here's the stretch by Hughes. He missed it.
Yeah, it looked like it crossed a little high and broke a little later than what he expected. Good call there by the ump.
Yu-Min Lee, the hitter, bats from the right side, and he gets this one. It's outside. 2-1. And this one is off the plate, and he walks them. Now they're runners at first and second. And now you've got to get a little bit concerned if you're Greensboro, because you're slightly opening up the door as Ji Woo No steps in the batter's box. Number 1, designated hitter. The outfield plays pretty deep out there for the most part, straight away. From the stretch, Cantor's pitch, it's outside. Make that Hughes. Sorry about that. Gus Hughes. 1-0. Hughes facing Ji Woo No. This one on the inside half, and it looked like it nearly hit his inside shoulder, too.
Yeah, that one was awful close. Good job there by Darnell to be able to stay with that ball, not let it skip by.
Korea, all their players are standing up against the railing in front of their dugouts. They will not sit down. They are trying to get a rally going here. There you take a look at them. And they're just hoping that one at a time they get on base here. Here's the pitch by Hughes. It's away.
Hughes struggling a little bit. He knows that this Korea team is looking to be aggressive, so he's trying not to leave one down the middle of the plate.
Tries this one foul down the left field side, and if you're Korea, you've got to be thinking that, for the most part, the hitter in the hole represents the tying run. So they have to feel like there's still a chance in this ball game. But generally, the percentages are against the team, regardless of whether it's a 1-run or a 2-run or a 5-run game, losing heading into the bottom half of the final inning. Here's a breaking ball, and it just misses. The umpire didn't want to pull a string. 3-2.
Yeah, it looked like a pretty good location, and must have just missed.
Here's a pitch to No. He swings. It grounds it down the first baseline. It is a fair ball. Here comes one run in. No's heading for second for a double. Outfielder having some problems, and they're going to be a ground rule double as the ball skips through somewhere way down in the right field corner. I believe they will allow both runs to score, at least the first run. I don't think they'll send the last runner back, Mike.
Yeah, it looks like they are going to send him back.
They will.
Yes.
They will. Yes, they will. Okay.
Ground rule double. So, yes, he will go back because he was not past third base whenever the hands went up.
So now we have an 8-4 game, and we have runners at second and third. We have nobody out. And now we bring up the catcher, Jae-Young Shim, who today is 1 out of 3. And Gus Hughes is still pitching as the infield converges along with the head coach for Greensboro to discuss this over. And this is going to be an interesting finish as Shim steps into the batter's box. This one is thrown away. Here comes a runner to score. Yu-Min Lee, number 10, scores, so it's 8-5, and Ji Woo No goes to third.
And like we talked last inning, you know, you don't have a big enough lead to feel safe in this Colt World Series. You have got to keep playing like it's 1-0 all the time.
Well, the wind just wasn't strong enough to carry that one back in the ballpark. And fortunately for Shim, he stays alive. But he's also a dangerous hitter. He is capable of driving the baseball out of this ballpark. I remember back in the fourth, he was struck out swinging, but he was very frustrated. He's a very confident young man at the plate. There's a breaking ball. Did it get it? And he just missed. Just missed on top of the letters. Wow. Looking to get ahead in the count there. Instead, it's 2-1. Ground ball towards second. That is a base hit and no scores. No scores. It is 8-6. Shim is at first base. Shim is at first base. And what this means is that the batter now, number 17. Now let's take a look at the replay.
Nice piece of hitting there. As though they just could not get over back towards the bag in time to be able to make a play on that. And it looks like Coach made a visit out to the mound. We'll probably be getting a new pitcher here.
Well, Hughes has been on the hill here. And Rim, the third baseman, now has a rosin bag in his hand. I don't know if that's a reason for him to come in and pitch.
I believe they had somebody walking in from the looks like Dilday's going to come in to pitch, and Hughes will go to second base.
And Dilday has been a real important piece of this Greensboro team here, both defensively at second. He's been really solid, and he's been solid at the plate hitting. And he's going to have to find a way to put down these career hitters because there is nobody out. There is a runner at first base, and stepping up to the plate will be Chen Min Ho, number 17, and he represents the tying run in the ball game. It's just hard to believe coming into the ball game ahead 8-3 that Korea would have a chance to come back in this one. But they've been able to chip away here. 3 runs already here in this 7th inning.
A good look down at the batting cages as you see the team from Aruba down there taking some cuts, getting ready for their game as they'll be up next.
You know, there's all sorts of good baseball down there. You know, I'd like to mention this, the Netherlands. I had a friend from years ago who was paid to coach baseball in the Netherlands many years ago. He's now the director of international scouting for the Cincinnati Reds, Jim Stokel. He came back to work with the Netherlands World Baseball Classic team in a year that they knocked off Cuba. They've got outstanding baseball now in the Netherlands, and a lot of that is due to the fact that they have the island of Curacao. There's a lot of Curacao kids that come up that are outstanding baseball players. Several of them have made it to the big leagues, but Netherlands is no slouch. They've also got good baseball. So everybody represented here outside the United States has delivered talent to Major League Baseball. Here's the pitch. Line drive, right field, look out. He's got some room, he makes a catch. Wow. Ho gave it a ride to right field, but the right fielder was right there, and there's one out.
Good drive there into left field, and a great play.
Now the third baseman, Na, stepping in.
Great play by Grayson Chaney out there making the catch.
Na is 2 for 3 now. Here's the throw down to first, the runner back in time. You mentioned Grayson Chaney did a great job of finding that baseball and making a play. Greensboro needed something to start this inning to try to get it close to a finish. Na looks down for the signal, taking his time. Here's the pitch by Dilday, ground ball into right field. There's a base hit. The runner takes a turnaround second. He'll stay.
Another nice hit there by Na. That's his third hit of the day as he's able to scoot it past the first baseman.
Runners now at first and second, and Clay Dilday on the mound. He'll face it'll be number 14, Jae Young Yoon. Yoon, number 14. He came in the lineup later on here in the 5th inning. Yoon wearing number 14. Here's the pitch. This one outside by Dilday. 1-0. He represents now the winning run in the ball game. Here's the pitch on the outside corner. A strike called. Here's the pitch to Yoon by Dilday. That's a nice breaking ball. He hit the outside corner. Now, with one out and runners at first and second, there is a possibility to close out the game with a double play. There's a strike called, and it's strike 3. He caught him looking.
Nice.
He caught him looking. He caught Yoon looking, number 14. There are 2 outs.
Nice pitch there. As Yoon not happy about it, but that was a great pitch.
And here's Youngmin Lee, who came in to pitch, is 1 for 3. Former center fielder for Korea, takes the first one inside, 1-0. 8-6, 2 outs are down to the final out. The pitch, look out, high fly ball, deep right field. It's going back, and he could not get it. He could not get it. Lee is going to first. 2 runs will score. The ball game is tied. It is 8-8. Lee drives the ball to right field. He nearly had it, and this ball game is all tied up. Oh my!
Nice, huge hit there by Lee as he comes through in the clutch, drives it back. As Grayson Chaney tries to make a nice catch in right field, but the ball was bobbled and hit the ground. Take another look at it here. See it going back. Chaney, and just unable to hold on to it. It hit his glove as 2 runs are able to come in, and he ties the game up.
And Mike, after taking a look at that play, it looks like you got to charge an error to the right fielder. That ball was catchable.
Oh, definitely. I mean, it hit leather. You've got to call it an error. You hate to do that to a kid, but yeah, he definitely had an opportunity to make a play on that.
And here is Yi Chung Yang. And you know what? The runner at second base, Lee, is the winning run. He is the winning run with 2 outs. Here's the pitch by Dilday. It's outside.
And he could become the winning pitcher of this game, too.
We have a new ball game. Here's the pitch on the outside corner. A strike called. Who would have thought that Korea would have been able to find their way back in this ball game? This is why you got to come out and support the Colt League World Series.
And this is why, as a team, if you're down on the scoreboard, you got to realize you've got 7 innings.
There's a bouncing ball just outside of third base. Rim giving chase, and that one could have been a disaster for Greensboro. That would have been the game-winning hit if that would have stayed fair.
You know, you look back a couple innings ago whenever it was 8-1 and Greensboro just needed a couple runs to end the game. Not able to do so.
There's a line drive. Look out. Here comes Lee around third. Here comes the throw. It is right on the money. It is not there. And Korea has won this ball game 9-8. Lee scores a winning run on a line drive base hit up the middle by number 13, Yi Jung Yang. And Korea has won this ball game 9-8. They score 6 runs to come from behind and take this one home.
Holy cow, what an inning to this game. You know, these kids did not give up. A huge hit right there, and the Korea's coach just decided, hey, I'm going for it. Let's send the guy home. They're going to have to make the play, and he's able to get in there safely.
It is an incredible comeback victory for Korea. They knocked off Greensboro last year 13-6. They had the confidence and the grit and the determination to come back in the final inning to win it 9-8. We'll go to a break. Yeah, I think 99.
be sweet.
Let's see. It is, I will call him Young Min Lee. Young Min Lee.
I'd like to hear that.
Live life to its fullest every day with the highest level of primary care from Indiana University Health.
When you have your health, you have everything.
Indiana University Health. Schedule same-day primary care appointments at 1-888-IU-HEALTH.
Yeah, Young Min Lee, number 99. Yeah. It is a very disappointing Greensboro, Carolina dugout. There is no question about it. They were in the driver's seat at 8-3, and Korea battled back. They found a way from the very beginning of the bottom of the 7th inning to score 6 runs, 9-8. 9 runs, 13 hits, and an error for Korea. 8 runs, 9 hits, and an error for Carolina. And Mike, what an outstanding comeback for Korea. They battled back. Their backs were to the wall, and they found a way.
This is one of those games where you kind of hated to see either team lose because you had the Greensboro team that jumped out early and was in total control, and then you've got a team like Korea that just keeps fighting and plugging away. Hats off to both of these teams, but a great comeback victory to Korea. And it looks like we're going to go down to the field for Greg Mash with the player of the game and an interview with the coach.
Hey, thanks, guys. Appreciate that. What a tremendous comeback here for this Korean team. Congratulations for the win. And tell us about the comeback.
역전한 거 어떻게 생각하십니까? 처음에는 타이밍을 좀 잘 못 잡아가지고 좀 어려운 경기를 했는데 그 다음부터는 뭐 아이들이 감을 잡아가지고 좋은 경기를 할 수 있었던 것 같습니다. 편하게 마음을 먹고 해서.
In the beginning, they had really hard time adjusting with timing. And then they were really struggling, but as the inning progressed, they got used to the pitches and the jet lag, and I think they overcame the game.
Yeah, you certainly can tell. You got 9 runs in the last 3 innings. What a tremendous accomplishment for these kids with the bats. They woke up, is what we would say.
여기서 이렇게 보시면 우리가 컴백했는데 보시면 이제 깨어가지고 다시 컴백했다고 잘했다고. 예.
그거 어떻게 하라고?
그래서 예. 어떻게 말씀하세요?
뭐라고?
우리가 다시 돌아왔는데 so what should he say? Like you say 애들이 이제 깨어났다고.
이제 잡으면 이제 좀 정상을 바라볼 수 있는 힘이 되지 않을까 그렇게 기대하고 있습니다.
Yeah, if they get their feelings back because of the jet lag and they really had a hard time, if their condition comes 100%, I think they'll play better game in future games.
Yeah. Congratulations. We'll see you next game, okay? Thank you very much. Guys, back to you. Koreans a winner.
Tremendous effort by Korea. Thank you, Greg. Korea really did a great job. We really liked the play of Jong Min Lee, the center fielder who pitched and got the victory, and he also came up with a huge hit, a big drive to right field that the right fielder had a chance and dropped the ball as he twisted and turned. It kept that inning alive, but to their credit, Korea, they deserve this victory.
They definitely did. Congratulations again to Korea, but hats off to the Greensboro team. They played well to start with. Great job by all the pitchers today. We've seen a variety of them in this game, and they all looked like they were commanding the strike zone really well. Great job in the second game. We look forward to a couple more today.
It was quite a ball game, and you could tell from the middle half of the ball game to the end that the Korea team didn't feel like they were going to back down and give up. They were all ready to get back in the game. Even when they were down 8-1, you could kind of have a sense that they still felt confident. Big victory for Korea today, 9-8 over North Carolina in this, the Colt League World Series 66th edition from the beautiful Loeb Stadium ballpark here in Lafayette, Indiana. For Mike Walensky and Mike Rosick, and for all the crew here at MTC Sports, thanks for watching. This has been an MTC Sports production.